Why did assassin come to mean a killer? Today, the word assassin simply means a person who murders an important figure for political or personal reasons. We hear it in movies. We see it in video games. We read it in novels. But here's something surprising. The word didn't begin as a description of a killer. It was once the name of a small group that lived in the mountains of the Middle East nearly 1,000 years ago. So how did the name of a secretive religious community become one of the most famous words in the English language? This is the fascinating story behind the word assassin. The story begins in the 11th century. The Middle East was divided by political struggles and religious conflicts. The powerful Seljuk Empire controlled much of the region. At the same time, the Crusades brought European armies into the Holy Land. In the middle of this chaos, a small but highly organized group emerged. They belonged to a branch of Shia Islam known as the Nizari Ismailis. Their leader was a remarkable man named Hashshashin. Instead of building a massive army, he chose a very different strategy. He believed that removing a single powerful leader could change history more effectively than fighting thousands of soldiers. In the year 1090, Hashshashin captured the mountain fortress of Alamut. It became the center of his growing movement. From this isolated stronghold, his followers trained with extraordinary patience and discipline. Their missions were carefully planned. Sometimes they spent months, or even years, studying a single target. When the moment finally arrived, they struck with precision. Their preferred weapon was not a sword on the battlefield. It was a simple dagger used at close range. Their goal was not to defeat an army. It was to eliminate a leader. As the Crusaders encountered this mysterious group, stories about them spread across Europe. Travelers and chroniclers recorded their name in many different ways. Some wrote Assassini, others used different spellings. Over time, these variations gradually evolved into the English word assassin. But where did the name itself come from? That question has been debated for centuries. One popular story claims that the group used hashish before carrying out dangerous missions. According to this legend, their enemies called them Hashshashin, meaning users of hashish. European visitors supposedly heard the word and eventually transformed it into assassin. It's an exciting story, but modern historians remain skeptical. There is little reliable evidence that the members actually used hashish. Many scholars believe the story was nothing more than political propaganda spread by their enemies. In other words, one of the world's most famous historical legends may not be true at all. Regardless of where the name came from, something remarkable happened. Europeans became so familiar with this group's method of secretly eliminating important people that their name slowly changed its meaning. Instead of referring to one specific community, assassin came to describe anyone who carried out a planned political murder. Over the centuries, dictionaries adopted this new meaning. The original group faded into history, but their name lived on. Today, millions of people use the word assassin without realizing it once referred to a real community in medieval Persia. History has a strange way of preserving certain names. Kings disappear, empires collapse, but sometimes a single word survives for centuries. The word assassin is one of those rare examples. It began as the name of a mysterious group. It became a legend, and eventually, it entered languages around the world as a word we still use today. The next time you hear the word assassin, remember, behind that single word lies nearly 1,000 years of history.